Watchers and the Anunnaki. Are they the same? Throughout history, myths and legends of divine beings coming down from the heavens have captivated human imagination. Two strikingly similar narratives appear in the Book of Enoch and Sumerian mythology, the Watchers and the Anunnaki. Both are described as higher beings who came to Earth, shared forbidden knowledge, and influenced humanity. Hi there, I'm Reverend Mother Mary Catherine. Welcome to Mysteries of the Angels, Anunnaki, and the Watchers mini-series. I'm so glad you've joined me on this fascinating journey as we explore ancient texts, myths, and mysteries together. It's going to be an incredible adventure, so let's dive right in. Who were the Watchers? In the Book of Enoch, the Watchers are a group of angels tasked with observing humanity. However, some of them, led by figures like Samiza and Azazel, defied their divine mandate. They descended to earth, took human wives, and taught humanity forbidden arts, including agriculture, metallurgy, cosmetics and jewelry, astrology, and divination. These angels, meant to be protectors, became corruptors, disrupting the natural order. Their unions with humans produced the Nephilim, giant beings described as mighty warriors and symbols of chaos. The Watcher's fall from grace emphasizes the delicate balance of divine power and human free will. For their transgressions, the Watchers were imprisoned in darkness, awaiting judgment, while the Nephilim were wiped out in the deluge. The Anunnaki, central to Sumerian mythology, are often portrayed as gods who came down from the heavens to guide humanity. They're credited with teaching farming techniques like irrigation and harvesting, advancing metallurgy for tools and weapons, sharing wisdom on governance, architecture, and the stars. The Anunnaki are seen as rulers rather than rebels. Through their stories aren't without drama. For example, conflicts between Enki and Enlil led to events like the Great Flood, echoing the Watchers' fall from grace. Both the Watchers and the Anunnaki brought humanity advanced knowledge, innovations in agriculture, technology, and spirituality, insights that blurred divine and human boundaries. The Watcher's legacy includes the Nephilim, hybrids born of forbidden unions, while the Anunnaki's teachings inspired human civilization. Advanced visitors or divine beings? Could these beings be more than myth? Authors like Zachariah Stitchin and ancient alien theorists suggest that they were advanced extraterrestrial visitors. Their ideas include genetic engineering. The Anunnaki may have altered human DNA to accelerate evolution. Nibiru, the 12th planet. Stitchin claimed that the Anunnaki came from a distant planet with an orbit bringing them near Earth. Periodically, recurring visits. Each visit could align with leaps in human development, like the rise of writing or agriculture. These theories invite us to rethink myths as potential records of cosmic encounters. The Watchers and the Anunnaki share striking parallels. Heavenly descent, both descended to Earth to enact with humanity forbidden knowledge. They introduced transformative skills and technologies. Divine retribution. Flood narratives in both stories symbolize judgment and renewal. Could they reflect shared truths about humanity's relationship with divine or advanced beings, whether angels, gods, or something else? Their stories challenge us to explore the mysteries of our origins. Before writing systems, stories of divine beings were passed down orally. With the advent of cuneiform, these narratives were inscribed for posterity, preserving myths of gods descending from heavens, granting knowledge, and shaping human history. Could these records represent human interpretation of encounters with advanced beings? The similarities across global myths of heavenly beings bestowing wisdom lend weight to this theory. Nibiru, also called the planet of the crossing, plays a central role in Stitchin's theories. With an orbit spanning thousands of years, its periodic proximity to Earth would allow the Anunnaki to return and interact with humanity again and again. This cyclical visitation could explain the bursts of advancement in ancient cultures, from monumental architecture to the creation of writing systems and astronomical knowledge. According to Stitchin, the Anunnaki's use of gold was not for ornamentation, but as a powdered substance to stabilize their planet's atmosphere. Faced with heating and cooling issues due to their elongated orbit and environmental mismanagement, the Anunnaki resorted to space travel to secure the resources necessary for their survival. This narrative offers a cautionary tale. History repeats itself. If humanity continues down its current path of environmental degradation, we may face similar challenges. Gold's reflective properties would have been used to repair their ozone layer, mitigating the effects of their planetary crisis. Humanity must learn from their mistakes to prevent a similar fate, as our reliance on fossil fuels and disregard for environmental sustainability could lead us toward a similar crisis. Will we be prepared to innovate and adapt as the Anunnaki did, or will we succumb to our own hubris? If the Anunnaki visited Earth multiple times, their interactions with humanity might have been interpreted differently across eras. Each visit could have influenced distinct civilizations, explaining variations in myths while maintaining core themes of descent, guidance, and divine human interaction. The evolving creatures and landscapes of Earth might reflect these periodic visitations, with humanity's understanding of these beings shifting over time. Zachariah Stitchin's description of Nibiru as the planet of the crossing invites a fascinating parallel to the symbolism of the cross in Christianity. Could this title hold deeper significance beyond celestial mechanics? In Stitchin's work, the crossing represents Nibiru's periodic approach to Earth, marking times of change and interaction with the Anunnaki. Similarly, in Christian tradition, the cross symbolizes transformation, sacrifice, and the intersection of the divine with the mortal. The cross as a symbol of crossing between realms, heaven and earth, the spiritual and the physical, echoes Nibiru's narrative of celestial crossing and its influence on humanity. This raises intriguing questions. Could these parallels hint at a shared universal archetype, a recurring motif in humanity's understanding of cosmic events? Were the stories of Nibiru's crossings preserved in symbolic forms that later resonated with Christian theology? Could Jesus of Nazareth have been fully or partly Anunnaki, explaining why Nibiru is called the planet of the crossing? This story could also shed light on the Christian concept of the second coming, potentially interpreted as a return of celestial beings connected to humanity's origins. Such ideas, while speculative, open pathways to reconsider the intersections of ancient myths, theological beliefs, and cosmic events. In Egyptian mythology, Thoth, the god of wisdom, is credited with the invention of writing and the recording of knowledge. He is said to have taught humanity how to preserve their stories and communicate across generations. The parallels between Thoth and the Anunnaki are striking. Both are associated with the advancement of human civilization and the dissemination of critical knowledge. Writing enables humanity to document celestial observations, mythologies, and historical events. Could Thoth's role as a divine teacher be another echo of extraterrestrial influence, where beings like the Anunnaki imparted advanced skills to early civilizations? The creation of writing marked a pivotal moment in human history, allowing myths and memories of these gods to transition from oral traditions to permanent records. Thoth's association with the moon and time also parallels the Anunnaki's influence on astronomical knowledge. Both are linked to cycles, celestial, historic, cultural, that guide humanity's understanding of the cosmos. Could thus mysteries reflect a deeper universal memory of beings who shaped humans' progress? Proponents of ancient astronaut theories often point to physical evidence, monolithic structures like the pyramids of Egypt, the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, or the Nazca lines of Peru. These feats of engineering and design, seemingly beyond the capability of their time, are argued to be the remnants of extraterrestrial influence. Could the Watchers and Anunnaki be part of this narrative, their stories echoing in the architecture and symbols left behind? The possibility that the Watchers and Anunnaki were advanced extraterrestrial beings rather than divine or mythical figures forces us to reconsider our origins. Were these visitors overseers of a cosmic plan, engineers of human progress, or something else? These stories may hold clues to our past and their repeated themes of descent, forbidden knowledge, and judgment. It suggests a shared human memory of encounters with the extraordinary. The line between divine beings and advanced civilizations blurs when examining the narratives of the Watchers and the Anunnaki. Whether they were angels, gods, or extraterrestrials, their stories continue to spark curiosity and debate. By exploring these possibilities, we delve into ancient mysteries and challenge our own understanding of humanity's place in the cosmos. In the intricate reliefs and artifacts of ancient Sumeria and Babylon, one striking feature has captured the attention of scholars and enthusiasts alike: the wristbands adorning specific figures. These wristbands, often seen on depictions of gods or other significant beings, are more than mere ornaments. Could they have served as a functional purpose, such as acting as early astrolabes, devices used to observe and measure the celestial bodies? An astrolabe is a sophisticated instrument, historically used in astronomy and navigation. By aligning its components with celestial bodies, it allows the user to measure the positions of the stars, determine time, and even calculate latitude. It's the earliest known astrolabes date back to ancient Greece and the Islamic Golden Age. Yet their conceptual origins could stretch further into the past. In Sumeria and Babylonian art, wristbands are often depicted with detailed engravings and symbols. Some theories suggest that these designs could represent early visions of astrolabes or similar celestial devices. The Sumerians were renowned for their astronomical knowledge, meticulously charting the movements of planets and stars. Could these wristbands have been tools to assist in their celestial observations? The intricate patterns on the wristbands might not merely be decorative, but could encode astronomical data or serve as alignment guides for observing celestial phenomena. The wristbands are often worn by figures identified as gods or emissaries of the heavens. This association strengthens the idea that these beings possessed advanced knowledge of astronomy. Sumerian civilization is credited with some of the earliest advancements. They identified constellations, tracked planetary movements, and developed a calendar based on lunar cycles. If the wristbands were astrolabes, it would align with their known expertise in charting the heavens. And while the astrolabe theory is intriguing, alternative explanations also exist. The wristbands might symbolize the wearer's divine connection or authority, particularly over celestial knowledge. Some proponents of ancient astronaut theories propose that these wristbands were advanced technological tools used for communication or energy manipulation. The idea that Sumerian wristbands were astrolabes like devices adds a fascinating dimension to our understanding of ancient technology. If true, it would predate known astrolabe designs by thousands of years and demonstrate a continuity of celestial observation techniques across civilizations. Exploring the functions of these wristbands challenges us to reconsider the technological capabilities of ancient societies. Were these merely symbolic artifacts, or do they hint at a lost understanding of advanced tools? Furthermore, it inspires modern science to draw connections between ancient wisdom and contemporary technological advancements. The wristbands depicted in Sumerian and Babylonian reliefs remain an enigmatic aspect of ancient art and culture, whether they were early astrolabes, symbols of celestial authority, or something entirely different. Their presence invites deeper exploration into the astronomical and technological advancements of the ancient world. Could they hold a key to the forgotten chapter of human innovation? The elongated orbit of Nibiru, described by Zacharias Sitchin as the planet of the crossing, is a key feature of his series about the Anunnaki and their periodic return to Earth. Meanwhile, elongated skulls found in various archaeological contexts have sparked curiosity and speculation for centuries. Could these two phenomena be connected, symbolically or otherwise? Nibiru's orbit is theorized to be highly elliptical, taking it far from the inner solar system for millennia before bringing it close to Earth. This elongated orbit aligns with stories of cyclical interactions between the Anunnaki and humanity. These beings, according to Stitchin, brought advanced knowledge, altered humanity's genetics, and influenced the development of ancient civilizations during their periodic visits. Elongated skulls have been discovered in numerous locations worldwide, from Paracas, Peru, to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. While many of these skulls result from cranial deformation through practices like head binding, others, such as the Paracas skulls, show structural differences that suggest natural elongation rather than artificial modification. If the Anunnaki had naturally elongated skulls, this distinctive feature might have been passed down to their hybrid offspring or served as a marker of their divine or celestial origin. Ancient humans may have imitated this feature through cranial deformation to emulate beings they revered as gods. The elongated orbit of Nibiru could symbolize cycles of influence and change, just as elongated skulls might represent a connection to higher knowledge or celestial origins. Both elongated forms in orbits and skulls could signify a break from the ordinary, marking uniqueness and proximity to the divine or advanced. Civilizations that practiced cranial deformation, such as the ancient Egyptians, often associated elongated skulls with royalty or divinity. Could these practices reflect a cultural memory of beings like the Anunnaki? The association of elongated skulls with knowledge, wisdom, or power might stem from interactions with beings whose physical features symbolize their advanced nature. Studies of naturally elongated skulls, such as those in Paracas, have revealed structural anomalies, including larger cranial volumes and different sutures. Could these features be evidence of genetic influence from beings like the Anunnaki? The possibility of a hybrid lineage raises questions about ancient genetic manipulation and its legacy in human history. The cyclical nature of Nibiru's orbit parallels the recurring appearance of elongated skulls in archaeological context. Just as Nibiru's approach marks times of interaction, the presence of elongated skulls in ancient cultures might symbolize moments of heightened influence or connection with advanced beings. Could these elongated forms and ancient skulls reflect a universal archetype, a connection between the earthly and the celestial? Perhaps these elongated forms, one celestial and the other physical, serve as reminders of humanity's ties to the cosmos and the beings who shaped our early history. The parallels between elongated orbits and elongated skulls invite us to consider the symbolic and possible literal connections between celestial phenomenon and human evolution. Whether these features represent advanced beings, cultural memory, or universal archetypes, they challenge us to delve deeper into the mysteries of our past and our place in the cosmos. Throughout ancient texts and oral traditions, there's a recurring theme of humanity's drastically shortened lifespan following a cataclysmic event. This event, referred to as the deluge or the Great Flood. This idea is echoed in various sources, such as the Sumerian Kings List, biblical accounts of the antediluvian patriarchs, and theories surrounding the genetic influence of beings like the Anunnaki. Could these narratives, coupled with the orbit of Nibiru and the presence of beings with elongated skulls, hold clues about humanity's past, evolution, and changing lifespans? Biblical texts describe early humans living extraordinarily long lives. Figures like Methuselah are said to have lived for nearly a millennium, with lifespans drastically shortening after the flood. Similarly, the Sumerian king list records the reigns of early kings lasting thousands of years. Post-deluge, however, these reigns are significantly shorter, aligning more closely with modern human lifespans. These accounts suggest a universal memory of a time when human lifespans were far longer than they are today, potentially linked to divine or extraterrestrial intervention. If the Anunnaki manipulated human DNA to create a labor force as proposed by Stitchin, it's possible that the genetic influence initially granted humans extended lifespans. The elongated skulls of certain beings might reflect this advanced DNA, potentially marking them as hybrids or direct descendants of these celestial visitors. The Great Flood might have represented a deliberate reset of humanity. Reduced lifespans could indicate a shift in genetic design, limiting the potential for rebellion or overpopulation. As the Anunnaki changed human DNA through either interbreeding or artificial insemination, mixing their DNA with a pre human species, installing the elongated lifespans, this may have gradually diminished over time or as humans acclimated to their environment. Early hybrids likely enjoyed longevity closer to their divine progenitors, while subsequent generations adapted to the natural limitations of the earthly environment. The elongated orbit of Nibiru, bringing it periodically close to Earth, might have caused environmental disruptions. These events could correlate with significant shifts in human evolution, including lifespan changes. If Nibiru's proximity influenced the genetic manipulation efforts of the Anunnaki, its orbit might also symbolize the cyclical nature of divine interaction with humanity. These cycles might explain the rise and fall of civilizations and the corresponding changes in human capabilities. Early hominins likely had lifespans comparable to modern apes, generally ranging from 30 to 50 years. The genetic intervention of beings like the Anunnaki could have extended these lifespans significantly, resulting in legendary ages of the patriarchs and kings. Following the deluge, the potential genetic resets lifespans gradually stabilized around the modern range. This shift may reflect an intentional adjustment by the Anunnaki to ensure balance and sustainability. The elongated skulls found in ancient burials might symbolize the lasting genetic legacy of beings with longer lifespans. These skulls could mark individuals who retained more direct genetic ties to the Anunnaki. The changing lifespans of humans might parallel cosmic cycles symbolized by Nibiru's orbit. Both suggest a rhythm of divine intervention and evolution, shaping humanity's physical and spiritual development. The drastically long lifespans of antediluvian humans, the genetic influence of the Anunnaki, and the periodic orbit of Nibiru weave a complex narrative of human evolution and cosmic interaction. These threads suggest that humanity's journey from beings with extraordinary longevity to our current form may be tied to cycles of celestial influence and deliberate genetic shaping.
Molecule at the heart of the process, and that molecule had to have some pretty special qualities.
The three-dimensional arrangement of atoms in those molecules had to explain the stability of life so that traits were passed faithfully from generation to generation, and also the mutability of life. You have to have change in order for evolution to happen.
The challenge of solving this mysterious arrangement of atoms, this fundamental secret of life, was taken up in 1951 by two unknown scientists. Less than 18 months later, they would make one of the great discoveries of the 20th century.
Could the answers to our past and future lie in understanding these ancient connections? In the next video, we'll dive into the world of angels, exploring the who, what, when, where, and even the why of their roles across cultures, their identities, and their connection to spiritual practices. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Blessed be.